Hello everyone, welcome to another video, and today we are going to start exercise 7.2 of Coordinate Geometry General Mathematics of Class 10. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So here we have question number 1 of exercise 7.2, and it asks us find the coordinates of the points which divides the join of -1,7 and 4,-3 in the ratio 2:3. So we will use the section formula which we have seen how to derive in our previous video. So today we will start off by the application of the section formula. So here we are given the 2 points and here is the ratio. So that means we have to take this one as x1 y1, this one as x2 y2, and this one will be m1 and this one will be m2. So we know how to find the values of x and y using this formula of section formula, which is x is equal to m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2, and y will be equal to m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2, and that is the formula. So first we need to find, or we need to say that let the coordinate of the required point be x comma y. So this is our coordinate which you have to find, x and y. So what it says, suppose you have a point -1,7 and you have a point 4,-3. So you have to join this line. So you have to find a point here, somewhere here, x comma y, which will divide the line in the ratio 2:3. Okay, so this is our question. We have to find x and y. So we know the formula. So therefore, given points are -1,7 and 4,-3, and given ratio is 2:3. So to find x and y, so we know the formula. So let's apply the formula and we can get it. So therefore x will be equal to, what is the formula, m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2. So what is m1? M1 is 2, m2 is 3. So write 2 here. What is x2? X2 means the second x coordinate. Here x1 x2, x1 y1 and x2 y2. So this is x2. So write 4 plus m2 is 3 and x1 is -1, and underneath we have to write 2 plus 3. So this is going to be 8 minus 3 by 5, which is 5 by 5. Cancelling, we get 1. Okay, and similarly you have to find y. So y will be equal to, the formula is m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. So m1 and m2 we know. M1 is 2. What is y2? Y2 is this one. This is y1, this is y2. So if you have any confusion, you can do this. You can write this at the bottom. This is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2, so that you don't get confused. This is just for rough. Okay, so write it in rough using pencil. You can write and then you can solve. So y2 is this one, -3, plus m2 is 3 and y1 is 7. So we have 2 plus 3. So it is -6 plus 21 by 5, which is 15 by 5, that is 3. So we get 3. Therefore the required coordinate will be 1,3. So required coordinate is equal to 1,3. So we have found the value of x and y. Very easy sum. Just apply the formula and you get the answer. So I hope you understood. So let's move on to the next one. Here we are into question number 2, and what it asks is find the coordinates of the point of trisection. This is an important word, trisection, of the line segment joining 4, -1 and -2, -3. So this is what we need to find, the trisection. Trisection means the 2 points we need to find which will divide the line into 3 equal parts. Just like bisection means into 2 equal parts, trisection means into 3 equal parts. So we have 2 points, 4 -1, and we have another point -2 -3. We join the line. We need to find the coordinate of the points. Coordinates of the points of trisection means we have to find 2 points which will divide this line into 3 equal parts. Okay, all these parts must be equal. Now if all the parts are equal, what is going to be the ratio? The ratio is going to be equal, that is 1:1:1, right? If all the parts are equal, then we will write 1:1:1. So since we have 1:1:1, now we need to find this value. Let's consider this as suppose x comma y, and let's take this as p comma q. Okay, so now we need to find xy and pq. These are the 2 points we need to find, but along with that we need to find the ratio as well. So what is going to be the ratio? When we try to find out xy, suppose we forget about this point. You forget about this point that it even exists. Okay, so now you need to find x comma y. So x comma y is between 4 minus 1 and minus 2 minus 3. But what is the ratio in which x comma y divides this line? So x comma y, this part is going to be 1, and this part is going to be the combination of these two, that is, it is going to be 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. So this is one part and this is two parts. So 1 is to 2. So when you find xy, you need to consider the ratio as 1 is to 2. Okay, so let's first do xy, then we will come to p comma q. Okay, so when you find xy, forget about p comma q, consider this line ratio is 1 part to 2 part, that is 1 is to 2. So here we have, so let the 2 points be, our solution will be, let the 2 points be x comma y and p comma q. So for x comma y, the ratio will be, what will be the ratio? As I said, 1 is to 2. So 1 is to 2. Alright, therefore what will be x? X formula is m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2, right? So in this case, m1 will be 1 and m2 will be 2. So m1 is 1. What is x2? How do we get x2? x2 is, as I said earlier, if you have confusion, write it down at the bottom. This is x1, y1, this is x2, y2, okay? So what is x2? x2 is minus 2 plus m2 is 2 and x1 is 4. At the bottom we have 1 plus 2. So it is minus 2 plus 8 by 3, that is 6 by 3, which is 2. Okay, similarly we need to find y, and the formula of y also we know. It is again m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. So what is m1? m1 is 1, m2 is 2, so here also 1, and y2 is going to be minus 3, m2 is 2, and y1 is minus 1. So let's find it again. It is minus 3 minus 2 by 3, that is minus 5 by 3. So the coordinate of the point x comma y is 2 comma minus 5 by 3. Okay, so the required coordinate is, therefore coordinate of x comma y is 2 comma minus 5 by 3. This is the first part. We have found out x comma y. Now we need to find p comma q. So if you have understood this part, let's erase this portion so that we can start off with p comma q. Now you will observe that for p comma q the ratio will change. And how the ratio will change? Since, okay, let's erase this. Okay. Now we need to find p comma q. That means we have this as one section. Forget about x comma y. For now, forget about this. So we have this as one portion and this is the other portion. So this is how much? This is the combination of these two, that is 2 parts. And this is 1 part. So the ratio for p comma q becomes 2 is to 1. Okay. So let's keep x comma y back in place. So this is going to be 2 parts. This is 2 parts and this is 1 part. 2 is to 1 is the ratio. So for p comma q, the ratio will be 2 is to 1, exactly the opposite. Earlier one was 1 is to 2, now it is 2 is to 1. So therefore P is equal to, again our same formula, m2 x1 plus m1 x2 by m1 plus m2. So m2 is 1, x2 is minus 2 plus m1 is 2 and x2 is this one, x1, sorry. Okay, maybe I made a mistake. M2 is here 1, x1 is 4 plus m1 is 2, x2 is minus 2. It is going to be 1 plus or 2 plus 1. m1 plus m2 means 2 plus 1. What I have done, I have exchanged this one, that's why I am getting confused. So you can write m2 x1 plus m1 x2, or you can write m1 x2 plus m2 x1, both are correct. So now we have 4 minus 4 by 3, that is 0 by 3, which is 0. So P will be 0. Similarly Q will be equal to that very formula, m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. So what is M1? M1 is 2. What is Y2? Y2 is, where is it? Yeah, Y2 is minus 3 plus M2 is 1 and Y1 is minus 1 by 2 plus 1. So it is minus 6 minus 1 by 3. So it is minus 7 by 3. So the required coordinate of P comma Q is 0 comma minus 7 by 3. So therefore coordinate of P comma Q is 0 comma minus 7 by 3. So that is how you solve, you find these two values. We have found x comma y and P comma Q as well. So I hope you understood. It is just lengthy sum, we have divided into two parts. So we need to understand when we talk about trisection, what does it mean, and if it is trisection, the initial ratio will be 1:1:1. Then we need to find this part. So we take this as 1 and we combine these two to get 2 for this part. Then we need to find P comma Q. So these two parts get combined and become 2 as a whole, and this part becomes 1. So ratio will change for both these parts. There are some other ways also by which you can solve. So if you want to know how to solve, then you have to see question number. When I come to question number 9, so question number 9, we are going to have a similar type of sum. Here we are divided into 3 equal parts. There we will divide into 4 equal parts. That's another way of, there we will see how to solve it in a different way, and I will bring the reference of this when I solve question number 9, so that you can get an idea. So I hope you understand this one. Let's move on to question number 3. So we are on to question number 3, and I will put up the question here because it is a long question. So if I write it on the board, it will take up the whole board. So here is the question, and here it is given that in a tract where there are 8 columns, they have placed flower pots at a distance of 1 meter from each, and there are 100 flower pots. So that means each flower pot means a distance of 1 meter. So Nihadika runs 1/4 of the distance, and there is the other girl and her name is Rashmi. Rashmi runs 1/5 of the distance. So 1/4 of the distance means 1/4 of 100 meter, because there are 100 flower pots. So that means Nihadika has run 25 meters, and in which lane? In the second lane. And Rashmi has run 1/5. 1/5 out of 100 means 20 meters. So Rashmi has run 20 meters on the 8th row or 8th column. So now let us see what does that mean. Here is the diagram that we have drawn on as a coordinate system, x-axis, y-axis. So on the second row, Nihadika has run up to this point 25 meters in the second row. So it's 2, 25 is the coordinate. For Rashmi, she has run in the 8th column. So 8 is the x-axis, and she has run 1/5 of the distance, that is 20 meters. So it is 8, 20. So these are the 2 points. This is for Nihadika and this is for Rashmi. So we need to find, first question is find the distance between Nihadika and Rashmi. So we know the distance formula, so using distance formula we can find the value. So from the given information, we can take the coordinates of Nihadika as, let us give the name n 2, 25, and Rashmi as r 8, 20. So these are the 2 coordinates. Therefore distance between n and r. Therefore distance between n and r is equal to, we know the formula, x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So here this is x1, x2, again we let us write x1, y1, and this is x2, y2. So x2 minus x1 means 8 minus 2 whole square, and this is 20 minus 25 whole square. And this is going to be meter, okay, because it is given that each flower pot is 1 meter. So it's going to be in meter. 8 minus 2 is 6 square, plus this is minus 5 square. So it is 36 plus 25, which is going to be root over 61. So it is root 61 meter. That is the distance between Nihadika and Rashmi. So that is the first part done. And in the next part of the question, it is asked that if Padma has to plot, I think I made a mistake right here. In the question it was Nihadika and Padma, and Rashmi has to place the flag, and I wrote Nihadika and Rashmi, and now I am talking about Padma. So it's okay. Okay, let's consider that Nihadika and Rashmi were running, and now Padma has to put the flag. So let's concentrate on the maths and not on the names. So according to this question, they have asked that if another girl named Padma, we have changed the question according to the names. So if Padma has to place one flag exactly in the middle of Nihadika and Rashmi, at what coordinate should she place? So not coordinate, they have asked in which row and at what distance. So we will find the coordinates. According to the coordinate, we can say what is the point. So we need to find a point exactly in the middle of Nihadika and Rashmi. That means if I join Nihadika and Rashmi, there will be a point exactly in the middle. Let's take it as x comma y. So we need to find x comma y, which is exactly in the middle. What if the point is exactly in the middle? What will be the ratio? Both are equal parts, so it will be 1:1. 1:1 will be the ratio. Now let us see one fun part which makes the distance formula, section formula really easy. And what is that part? If two points are if the point dividing the line segment is exactly in the middle, what happens? M1 M2 becomes M1:2 M2 becomes 1:1, right? Therefore, what will be the formula of x? We know it is M1 x2 plus M2 x1 by M1 plus M2, right? M1 becomes 1, so it is 1 into x2 plus 1 into x1 by 1 plus 1. That is, the formula becomes x1 plus x2 by 2, and for y also it will become y1 plus y2 by 2. Okay, so if you find in any question where 2 points are given and you have to find the coordinate of the point exactly in the middle of the 2 points, you can use this formula: x as x1 plus x2 by 2 and y as y1 plus y2 by 2. It is the simpler version of the section formula where the point we have to find is exactly in the middle of the 2 points. Okay, so let us use this formula, the simpler formula now. So therefore the coordinate, or let the coordinate of Padma, be x comma y. So since Padma is exactly in the middle of n2,25 and r8,20, therefore x is going to be x1 plus x2 by 2. And what is x1 and x2? 2 plus 8. 2 plus 8 by 2, that is 10 by 2, which we get 5. And y is going to be y1 plus y2 by 2, where y1 and y2 are 25 and 20, or 20 plus 20, whatever it is. It is 45 by 2, that is 22.5. So here we have x has 5 and y has 22.5. That means, what does it mean here? That means x means the fifth column. So Padma will be here, fifth column, and the distance will be 22.5. So this distance will be 22.5. So therefore Padma will place the flag at 22.5 meter in the fifth column, right? I hope you understood this part. X is the column and y is the in which row, means the distance. So it should be fifth column and 22.5 meter distance. So that is how you solve question number 3. I'm sorry for the mistake of the name. In the question you will get this as Nihadika, this has Padma, and this one is Rashmi. So I have just jumbled up the name between Rashmi and Padma. So I hope you understood the sum, because I guess this is the important part. So if you understood this, then I think you have understood. We have got a new formula now where we have a midpoint. If the point is exactly in the middle, we have a new formula, and we will use this formula in many other sums that are going to come. So I hope you understood this one, and this is the end of today's video. In our next video, we are going to move ahead from our next sum, that is question number 4. So thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, cheers.